Well, a lot of things went unexpectedly. We got the product release schedule with overdress and the Ghostie cards. So let's begin. But first, we're going to start off with the cards, which was also part of the stream. I'm going to start off with Damien the Ghostie. Grade 1, 8k power, and its skills. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed from hand, search your deck for one card with Ghostie in its card name and put it to Drop Zone. Drop Zone is the second hand for Grand Blue, so this is already became a 4-of. But second skill, Auto Rearguard. At the end of the battle that this card attacked, if you have a Vanguard with Ghostie in its card name, retire this unit, and if you do not countercharge by using this card's name this turn, countercharge 1. Nice free countercharging, and because it retires itself, it's easily recyclable as well. Next, Ghosty the Ghostie. Grade 2, 9k power, and its skills Act, Drop Zone, retire 2 rearguards that's not itself, call this to rearguard. This ability of this card's name can only be used once per turn. Pretty nice. Second skill, Auto Rearguard. When this card attacks, When this card attacks, this unit gets plus 5k power until the end of the battle. At the end of that battle, retire this unit, and if you did not countercharge by using this card's name this turn, countercharge 1. Free countercharging. Another instant 4-of, although it is for Ghostie, so you must play 4 anyway. Finally, Ghosty Leader Beatice. Grade 3, Protect, 12k power, and its skills. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed, cost Soul Blast 1. Call one card from a drop zone that is not itself to rearguard. Nice. Second skill, Count Vanguard. All your units with Ghostie in its card name on your rearguard or guardian gets intercept and 5k power and 5k shield. Hence why the grade 1 says after this card attacks. Although I am not way too sure about the intercept part, due to them being retired by their own abilities. Third skill, Auto Vanguard. When your rearguard is retired by a card ability this turn, your other 2 cards, costs counterblast 1, call a card with Ghostie in its card name with grade less than the retired unit from your drop zone. Enables multi-attack, although the only problem is that if the grade 2 is the one that gets retired, your only option is the grade 1, but luckily its second skill gives it power, so it still should be able to hit numbers, but I would say this is not that great until we get more Ghostie support in Standard. And now to the new anime called Cardfight Vanguard Overdress. So first off, the lore takes place 3,000 years in the future of planet Krei, where Gize has disappeared and Messiah has gone to sleep, leaving the planet without a deity, thus making it into the Mushin era. Every clan has now merged to one nation and has been renamed, with United Sanctuary renamed into Cainter's Sanctuary, and it's ruled by a floating island in the sky. Dragon Empire is the only one that hasn't been renamed and has expanded its borders, and where a legendary dragon egg lies in the Unchanged Land. Stargate has been renamed to Brandgate and tries to prepare to Return of the Void. Dark Zone has been renamed to Dark States, created after Chrono Jet saved the whole entire nation and merged it to one. And Zoo and Magallanica, other than Bermuda, has been merged into one under the name Stoichia, with the teachings of a sage. And Bermuda, the only Magallanica clan left, has been renamed Lyrical Monasterical. Honestly, for a futuristic version of Krei, I'll take it. And then to continue off, the overdress cards are going to be called D-Series cards, and are no longer going to be doing clans, but all nations. Honestly, I don't really mind this. Focusing on clans has been really difficult, especially when they're trying to support each clan once per year, so if they do nations, then they're essentially supporting multiple clans at the same time. Especially how I see it, it's basically they had 24 clans, but now they're shrinking it down to 6. And most clans are focused with archetypes anyway, so I don't really see the nation focus is going to be much different. I think they're just going to support different archetypes within nations instead. But at the same time, it does feel kind of wrong to lose clan identity. And speaking of which, we of course get new formats. With a sort of set rotation, we have an added new format, or a format change where Standard is D-Series cards only, and then we get Standard is now V Premium where it's V-Series cards only. And then Premium, it's just Premium, any cards. Honestly, I don't like the idea of having 3 formats. Although considering that they're doing nation focus, I do understand why they're doing it like this. Especially that many people who got into the V series for Standard, they don't want to move to Premium. And also, V series will get at least 2 boosters per year. Most likely similar enough to clan selection. But what will happen to the Premium stuff like Strats? Makes me wonder. There'll also be no more quick shields, the person going first can no longer draw from their starting Vanguard, imaginary gifts will no longer be used, but instead grade 3s will get a new type of ability, and cards with D icons can be played in clans that correspond with their nations. All of these changes will start at April Fool's 2021. And then for some gameplay, we got a new zone called the Ride Deck with the Guaranteed Ride mechanic. Basically how it works is that you set 4 cards from your main deck to your Ride Deck, and they do still count as part of your main deck, but you must use different sleeves. So how it works is you set 4 cards from your main deck to your Ride Deck, and then during your ride phase, you discard 1 card from your hand to ride a card from your ride deck that is 1 grade higher than your Vanguard. And you must also put a grade 0, 1, 2, and 3 in your ride deck. There's really no reason for grade 0s though. If anything, they should have just put 1 unit for each grade, so grade 4s can be a thing. But at least you no longer need to worry about being grade stuck. V format and premium format cannot use this mechanic. And then there's going to be no more VRs. Instead, the highest rarity is back to triple rare. Good, because I don't want my main boss cards to be all VRs again. And then we also get a new rarity called Hollow, which will be just H, and then also DSR, just secret rare. And then there's a new type of trigger called overtrigger, which there will be 1 for each nation, and it gives you 100 million power with 50k shield. I'm sure this will be a plot device in the anime. And you can only play 1 copy of overtriggers per deck. And this first overtrigger that they revealed is a Cray Elemental, Spiritual King of Determination, Albaria. And its skill is, when revealed as a trigger, remove that card, draw a card, choose 1 of your units, and it gets 100 million power until the end of turn. If revealed as a drive check, activate this additional effect. Choose 1 of your units and it gets 100 million power until the end of the turn. And then for some anime stuff, here's the cast. Our protagonist is Yu Kondo. Our rival-like character is Danji Momoyama. Second likely rival, Toya Ibata. One of our main female leads, and probably most likely, Megumi Okura. And other heroine, Tomori Seto. And then the other cast members are just probably background characters. And here's a season schedule. Yes, they're splitting up as a season anime rather than a full-on 24-minute ad. So it will be 12 and 13 episodes per season, so there will be good animation, hopefully. With Season 1 starting at April 3rd, 2021, and Season 2 starting at October 2021. And then for some products, here are the start decks for our main cast, with our 3 male lead start decks being released on March, Dragon Empire, Dark States, and Cage of Sanctuary, and our main heroine leads will be released on April, Stolchia and Brandgate, along with the first D booster. And each of the start decks will have 4 copies of your main cards. Yay, better than Yu-Gi-Oh in this aspect. And our booster will be called Dawn of the Era of the Great 5. Sounds like Kung Fu Panda. Here's the other planned release schedule. Festival Collection 2021 will be released on May. June will get the second main booster. And V Collection will be at July or August. But for now, those are unconfirmed. Oh, and Raging Form and Tetra Drive are confirmed to be remade in the V boosters. Yay! And also, I'm glad they didn't forget Token Rambu. It's gonna do a crossover with Vanguard again, with its own nation, along with Monster Hunter. And finally, to pretty much end this off, next Tuesday we got BCD's Ethics Buster. So that's it for this reveal. First off, what do you guys think about the new Ghosty stuff? I think it's just a fun archetype, that's all I could say. But the overdress stuff, I'm excited for it. I wanted a new cast, and honestly, I was actually getting kind of burned out by nostalgia, so I did wanted something new anyway, although I wasn't expecting them to actually get rid of all the clans and just make them all as one nation. That was very unexpected. I don't really like the idea of adding another format, although considering that we're doing nations right now, it kind of makes sense. I just really hope that G units will still be made, and the nation stuff will be separated by archetypes, which I see is very likely, but taking out the clans to make nations was very unexpected. In fact, I was expecting them to keep all the clans and make some new mechanic like a new armor mechanic. But I would say this works too, because by supporting one nation, it supports all the clans that are involved with that nation. And overtrigger, I say I kinda like the idea, a one-time chance on something. Although I do want to see changes on the starters. I really want them to have different unique skills. And also the ride deck mechanic, I actually like that. It's just too bad it's D series only. Oh, and one more thing. Since all the Clan Selection Volume 1 stuff has been revealed, which deck do you think got the best stuff? For support, I would say Mega Colony. I know. For fun decks, Spectro Duke, Vermilion, and Chaos Breaker are probably my favorite ones, although Chaos Breaker a lot less. Card design wise, I do really like how Ghostie has been designed based on its skill, and I also like the new Makoth Melik support. But other than that, that was a lot of stuff, and all I have to say, I'm burned out, so it's time to say goodbye.